If you've never been in Drake's situation, then you're not a baddie and you're not the alpha of your male friend group. You are the beta. Only betas don't understand what Drake is talking about when he says, "What did I miss?" Only betas can relate to those friends who turned on him. Now, let me tell you what I mean by that. I think a lot of folks miss the real message in Drake's new song. This wasn't just music, it was mourning. The sound of a man coming to terms with the fact that the people he loved, trusted, and built memories with switched up on him. Unless you've had it happen to you before, you just wouldn't understand. The alphas in the group, the baddies in the group, the leaders of the groups, those are always the people that this type of thing happens to. When you're the leader of a group, the one with the vision, the influence, the light, it's only a matter of time before someone in the shadows starts to resent the glow. It's not always loud. In fact, it usually starts as admiration until admiration turns into envy. Because when you're the sun, the ones who can't stand your shine will either try to block you or become you. It's a tale as old as time. Being the brightest in the room will always attract moths. Not because you've wronged them, but because your very existence exposes what they lack. Think about it. You're the torch in a dark cave, meant to lead the way. But after a while, someone behind you decides they don't want to follow anymore. They want your fire, not realizing they were only moving because you were lighting the path. You're the mirror, and instead of looking at themselves, people start to resent what you reflect back to them, their own stagnation. So they break the mirror, thinking that's easier than facing the truth about themselves. Cain and Abel. Cain didn't kill Abel because Abel did anything wrong. He killed him because God favored Abel's offering. It was envy, pure and simple. Julius Caesar and Brutus. Caesar gave Brutus power and proximity, but Brutus still turned on him. Why? Because ego and insecurity never stay loyal. And look at Jesus and Judas. Judas broke bread with Jesus, walked with him, learned from him, and still sold him out for silver. Because not everyone at your table is there to eat. Some are there to watch you choke. So if you're the friend that friends turn to, the one who makes the plans, the one that they imitate but never acknowledge, understand that you are the light, and light will always draw moths, and eventually shadows. But that doesn't mean you need to dim yourself, because every betrayal is proof that you're doing something worth stealing, and every attempt to take your place is proof that you are always the one leading. Not everyone you break bread with wants to see you eat. A true main character, a true leader, a real one, we all get turned on eventually. I mean, that's just the cost of being that one. Not everybody has it in them. And if you can relate to LeBron and Future and DeMar more than you can Drake, all that means is that you're the Judas in this situation. You're the Cain. You very much are Cain energy. It's that simple. So what did Drake miss? Well, he missed the envy, the quiet resentment, the jealousy that builds when you're still rising and they're starting to fall off. See, people love you until your glow makes them feel small. All you have to do to know who was right in this situation is pay attention to the aftermath. LeBron got beat in the first round of the playoffs this year. LeBron James, that is. DeMar DeRozan didn't even make the playoffs, okay? And Future, his music just doesn't seem to hit the same these days. Meanwhile, Drake is still lapping folks, still selling out concerts in 30 seconds, still having #1 albums, still having #1 songs. I mean, come on. That girl Karma will always tell you who was right and who was wrong in the situation. And I personally can say this with confidence, okay? This has happened to me more times than I can count. And I always just sit back and let God do his big one. Because in the end, the envy will always reveal itself. See, that right there is exactly why whenever I see someone who has harmed me in the past, struggling and going through it, and I am given an opportunity to help them, I don't. I don't. You know why? Because you never want to interfere with God's lessons. And let's just be clear. These men did not jump on a bandwagon that simply said, "Oh, Drake, you're a sucky person, I don't like you." They jumped on a bandwagon that called this man the worst thing you could possibly be called. They co-signed that. There's no going back. That girl Karma is about to really do her big one on these three. And some others as well. But I think these three are the main culprits.